Previously on Dis Irae.
おはようございます。レン。あんた何がじゃばっきか怖い。あんたまさかここに住まわせようとか思ってるんじゃないでしょうね。
でさ、なんでこんなことになってんだよ。
Episode 24 Eine, treue Marionette. Welcome back to more Irae Amantes Amentes. Here we are, last episode. Well, you know what happened last episode. That's why I have the previews. How in the hell did things end up like this again? The Suwahara City Sightseeing Tour was the name of the little excursion Kasumi had planned out for us.
別にあんたはついてこなくてもよかったんだよ。
そういうわけにもいかないだろう。
And I don't know how we talked ourselves out of last episode, but we did. I had no idea what would happen to Marie if I left her unattended. With yesterday's incident in mind, I couldn't just allow these two to wander around on their own. I should have set my heart against this. And I tried to, but...
Kasumi, are何ですか?
This girl, she looked at me a little like a little kid just begging to go outside.
あれはスワハラタワー。地上180メートルの展望台があって私登ってみたい。やっぱり
Marie looked like she was having fun. I didn't know what level her emotions functioned at, but she was already giving me a somewhat different impression compared to how she reacted to my dreams. Perhaps her connection with me had made her more human-like. In that case...
マリちゃんは言ってるけど、どうする?
じゃ、登ろうか。
Yeah, sure, why not? I felt we should use this day off for Marie's sake, at least, for a little while longer. That'd be my way of apologizing. I knew we had no choice, but I felt obligated to do so. After all, I was the one dragging her into this battle. And my manly stubbornness played a part in it too, of course. I was not like that Cagliostro freak. I didn't intend to use Marie just to fulfill my own goals. Even though we're going to do exactly that when we kill all these freaks. I drew a line between myself and the likes of him. I was different from Mercurius. Well now, can you truly declare that with the utmost confidence? Marie's eyes went wide when she gazed at the scenery from the observation deck.
Ren, あれ何ですか?
She is pretty cute, isn't she?
遊園地。でっかい遊び場だよ。行ってみたいか?
はい。それでどんなものがあるんですか?
だな。
It might be difficult to explain with words alone.
マリ、ちょっとこっち。
I gestured her over to one of the tower viewers. I put a coin to the device, leaving it available to use.
ここを覗いて。
レン、ここすごいのが見えます。
ああ、うん。っていうか、手伸ばしても届かないから。
どうして?
これは遠くのものを近くで見えるようにする道具なんだよ。割と昔からあるものだと思うけど。
私初めて見ました。レンはお金持ちなんだね。
いや、別に俺のものってわけじゃないし。
This isn't ours.
じゃあどうして使えるの?
I guess she didn't understand the idea of renting public property.
まあ、それはいいだろう。で、遊園地はどう?
ね、大きい時計みたいなのが回ってます。
Well, it's a Ferris wheel.
時計?
丸いの、小さい箱がいっぱいついてて、
ああ、観覧車ね。
観覧車?
遊覧って意味わかるかな。要するに景色を楽しむ遊びのこと。簡単に言うと、この展望台が動くみたいな。
私行きたい。観覧車乗りたいです。レン。
It's like a child.
そう。
She seemed to be once again showing great interest in something quite trivial, but seeing how the amusement park wasn't that far away, I figured we might as well make a visit.
な、お前はどう思う？
私？
他に誰がいるんだよ。
Who else am I talking to? Besides, what the hell is she even doing?
遊園地は別にいいけど、観覧車はこう、なんていうのかな。他にもジェットコースターとかフリーフォールとかバイキングとかああいうのはやめた方がいいと思うのよ。
なんで？
Now, it wouldn't be much of an amusement park without any of those. We'd be boring as shit, in fact.
だって危ないじゃない。マリちゃんに何かあったら。レン、早く行こう。私観覧車乗りたい。
こう言ってるけど。
You heard the lady.
だからダメなものはダメなの。人の世は危険がいっぱいで常に7人の敵がいるの。
わけわかんねえよ。
Besides, you didn't see many locals using these amusement facilities like this tower or the amusement park. In that sense, didn't that mean neither her nor I would have gotten the chance to go, had it not been for Marie?
かすみ、なんでそんなところにいるの？こっち来て一緒に遊園地見よう。そしたらきっと行きたくなるよ。そんなこと言われても。
お前もしかして。違うもん。
私はただ人より想像力が豊かなだけで。
つまり高いところが苦手なわけだな。
It's okay, I'm scared of heights too. Looks like I hit the nail right on the head. Still, I never knew she had a weakness like that. Childhood friend or not. How come I never noticed up until now? Perhaps I was just being thick-headed. Still, it felt odd.
とにかくそういうのはまた後にして、お腹減ったから何か食べようよ。ほらマリちゃん、下のレストランに美味しいものがいっぱいあるから。
レストランはここにあるだろ。下のはただの軽食。
うるさいバカ、いらんこと言うな。ほらほらマリーちゃん、これ美味しそうじゃない？一緒に食べようよ。
Kasumi pointed at the menu on the pamphlet as she did her best to avoid getting closer to us. Well, as long as Mario liked it, I'd be fine with whatever, but...
よっしゃ、決まりね。
I kind of felt like a father in accompanying the kids. This is exactly what it feels like. Wait.
どうかしたの？レン。
いや。
I could have sworn it felt like someone was watching me for a second. Was my mind just playing tricks on me? At the very least, it was not them. If it were, my decapitation scar would be aching. Then who? Father Trifa?
レン、話
Maybe
聞
it's
いてる？
Rhea? Could this have been an effect of mastering formation? Either way, my sight, or rather all of my senses, had sharpened to mind-boggling, inhuman levels. I'd yet to get used to this, so I couldn't tell for sure, but for the time being, I figured it best for me to stay vigilant. I was trying my best here. With two girls flanking me, I had to ensure their safety by whatever means necessary. Why do you eat so fast? The food's not going anywhere. Oh, come on. That is adorable. But from what I could see, there was a certain something else I had to keep an eye on.
だから水。
ほら。
ありがとう。
いやお前、どれだけ空気だよ。
なんで負けられないじゃない。
was giving me a headache. Resting right in front of me were two jumbo-sized parfaits that I couldn't help but find a perversion of nature. You could have it for free if you ate the whole thing within half an hour. But this thing was clearly not built for human stomachs. And yet Marie... kept munching away at her jumbo parfait with an unruffled expression, her cheeks stuffed like a squirrel's. Kasumi likely took that as a challenge, as she began devouring her own parfait at mock speed, regardless of the time limit. You guys are gonna get so sick.
つまらんの問題じゃないでしょ。私が負けてもいいって言うの？
そもそも勝つとか負けるとかの話じゃないだろう。なあマリー、もうちょっとゆっくり食べよう。時間オーバーしても俺が金払うから。
私のは？
お前は自分で払えよ。
ナイス。
なんでよ。
金持ってるだろ。
隠した。
You always say that.
嘘つけ。
なくしたの。
子供みたいなこと言うなよ。
私は。
ああ、マリーはいいよ。気にしなくて。
ひいきだひいき。いじめかっこ悪いね。がっかりだね。
金持ってるやつに自腹切らせようとして何が悪いんだよ。
She doesn't have any money. Besides, I was clearly the one getting bullied here. The store clerk shot a pitying look in our direction. One of those jumbo parfaits cost 7,000 yen. So a total of 14,000 yen for two. That was simply unacceptable for food like this.
分かってるわよ。冗談だもん。そんな嫌そうにしなくてもいいじゃない。でも私、本気でお金払う気ないからね。絶対時間内に完食してやるんだから。
自分でケツ取る気なら俺も文句はないけどな。
冷たい。
あ？
レンは最近冷たいよね。私にばっかり。
Sulking wasn't gonna change anything.
いいもんいいもん。彼女いるくせに他の子にも色目使うような男はいらないもん。あんたなんか桜井さんに締められちゃえばいいんだ。
Crap, I forgot about that. Well, I was planning to make sure it never came to that.
二人とも喧嘩しないで。これあげるから。
いや、それはマリーのだから、俺たちが食べちゃダメなんだよ。
Besides, I wasn't a huge fan of sweets either way.
そうなの？みんなで食べた方が美味しそうなのにね。
おい、ここで抱きついたりするなよ。
しないわよ。でもこうマリちゃん見てると
Excuse me?
自分がとてつもなく汚れた人間に見えてくるっていうか。
余計なお世話だ。
喧嘩しないで。
ああ、ごめん。
Now it was really starting to feel like I was out with my own kid. Kasumi and I promptly exchanged glances.
こういうのって初対臭いっていうのかな。
多分。
初対？
Marie blinked at us in surprise.
じゃあレンとかすみは夫婦なんですか？
お前吹くな。
だって
おい、もう10分しか時間ないぞ。
いけない。こんなことしてる場合じゃなかった。マリーちゃん、ラストスパートするよ。はい。
And in the end,
ねえレン、お金貸して。
I sort of figured it'd turn out this way.
この間無駄遣いしたから今月きついの。
わかったよ。
Women. My choker was probably part of that wasted money, so I ended up paying for the whole thing in the end. My only salvation was...
美味しかった。また来ましょうね。
She liked it. but Marie finished her parfait right within the time limit. Thank God.
そんなに痩せてるくせに。
Seriously, where did the 6 kilograms of jumbo parfait disappear to? Perhaps her stomach was connected to some sort of bizarre parallel dimension.
じゃあ次はどこに行くんですか?
Either way, she seemed to be enjoying it, and that was all that mattered to me. Hello?
もしもし。そう。なんかよくわかんないラブコメやってるけど、彼の方は結構油断ならないね。っていうか、鋭すぎ。後ろに目があるんじゃないかと思ったよ。そりゃ私だってプロじゃないから仕方ないかもしれないけどさ。向こうは完全に素人でしょ？普通、自分が尾行されてるかもって発想自体出てこないと思うんだよね。やっぱりあれかな。あんたの言う通りかもしれないよ。とにかくそんなわけで結構神経すり減らしてるわけよ、私は。そう。すっごい感激。やる気がめっちゃくちゃ湧いてくるわ。私も一応面が割れてるのを忘れてるんじゃないでしょうね。そりゃあ向こうが覚えてるかどうかは知らないけど、あんたのそういう妙な演出にこだわるところなんとかしてよ。友達だったんならスパッと会って話つければいいじゃない。まあそれはそうだけど。はいはい、分かったわよ。じゃあそういうことであんたは本当にいいんだね。了解。それじゃシロ。
シロ？
あんたの彼氏連れて行くからせいぜいおめかしして待ってなさい。もうダメ。
And in the end, we all walked around town till the sunset, which, as one might imagine, was pretty damn tiring. Kasumi, for one, was totally beat.
だいたい2人とも体力ありすぎなんだけど、あれだけ歩き回ったのになんで平気な顔なのよ。
なんでと言われても。
かすみは疲れたの？ちょっとさすがに今日のところはダウン寸前。
晩飯も俺の金で食ったし、お前はもう寝てろよ。
We're gonna be hanging that one over our head for a while, I'm sure.
そうする。じゃあマリーちゃん、私の部屋行こう。
She'd be like, no, I want to stay with Ren.
私は。
悪いけど、俺は少しマリーと話がある。
話って何よ？
彼女の処遇、このままにするわけにはいかないだろう。明日の学校もあるし、なんとかしなきゃいけないんだよ。お前はそんな状態だし、俺が話を聞いとくよ。なんだよその目は。
別になんかどうも2人にするのが心配だなって。
あのな。
Well, to be fair, she's completely justified in that, considering that the first time she met her, she was completely naked with Ren. I sort of want to reassure her, but despite her misgivings being off the mark, she was not completely wrong to doubt us. After all, I was going to do things that would no doubt just worry her.
やっぱり私も同席しようかな。かすみ、無理しない方がいいよ。でもさ、マリーちゃんこいつのこと信用できるの？可愛いのは顔だけで、少年は喧嘩上等のチンピラなのよ。
That hurts.
それはお前だ。
私可愛い？
そこじゃねえよ。とにかく妙な心配するなっての。俺がマリーに何かしても、お前は隣の部屋にいるんだからすぐ気づくだろ。
そうだけどさ。ねえマリーちゃん、本当に私いなくて平気？はい、レンはいい人。
There you go. Call me kind.
わかった。どうも私この子の笑顔に弱いみたい。じゃあね、あとは任せたからお願いね。
あ、お前はゆっくり寝てろ。それから。
はいはい、もう壁の穴使わないって。鍵開けとくから、マリーちゃんは話が済み次第私の部屋に来るんだよ。
And with that, Kasumi returned to her own room. Okay, now we just had to.
どうしたのレン。
ああ、悪いけど30分くらい何か適当なことを話そう。どうせかすみが壁に耳を押し付けたりしてるだろうから。
Yeah, probably. Marie had no idea why I insisted on that, but she went along with it, and about 30 minutes later,
ごめんな、かすみ。
I muttered her name in a low tone, reflecting back on what could very well end up being the final laid-back day of my life.
俺は楽しかったけど、マリーはどうだった？
うん、楽しかったよ。レンと同じ。
そう。
Good. Even if it might have been a hypocritical farce, if she had fun, it was worth taking the risk. I was glad to have been able to talk to Marie like this before all hell broke loose. Half an hour later, once I confirmed that Kasumi was asleep, I headed outside with Marie. I love this. This track is great. I told Kasumi we'd be going to school tomorrow, but I no longer had any will to attend classes. The next time I ran into Sakurai or Rusaka, the war would be on. I'd defeat those two as soon as possible, preferably tonight. I had to remove the virus tainting our school before any harm befell Kasumi, Himuro, or any of the other students. And to do that,
マリー、俺に協力してくれ。
I needed her curse.
どこまで理解してるのか知らないけど、倒さないといけない奴らがいる。だからもう一度、今度は面と向かって答えてくれ。君は。
私はレンの言うことなら何でも聞くよ。カリオストロもそうしろって言ったし。
そいつのことはどうでもいい。俺はマリーの意思が聞きたい。誰かに言われたとかそんなんじゃなくて、これは。
concerned the killing of other people. Even if it felt about as natural as breathing to her, to have Marie claim all those lives without truly understanding what the act itself entailed would be...
昔のまま変わんないだろ。
Exactly. The girl born under a cursed star, driven by her parents' deaths, she continued to behead all those who touched her, and was ultimately executed as a heretic. Due to her curse, she remained alive even after death, and here she was now, being forced to participate in this messed-up game. Marie's status as an instrument of decapitation far eclipsed her human qualities, and with her undeveloped emotional landscape, I couldn't tell if she was capable of experiencing negative feelings at all. As a result, she wouldn't be particularly moved by the deaths of others. So if I were to keep treating her as a weapon, that would absolve her of any sin. Maybe that could be considered a kindness of sorts. In fact, that was how I initially thought about this.
今日一日遊んで気が変わったよ。マリーは機械なんかじゃない。このままじゃ何も変わんないだろう。うまく言えないけど、なんていうか。
I didn't want her to be a puppet dancing on Mercurious's tune. I wanted to teach her what it meant to be human. To be someone who could think and decide for themselves. Someone more than a tool.
私、レンの言ってることがよくわからないけど、レンは私がいるんでしょ？だったらそれでいいじゃない。
人を殺すんだぞ。俺と共犯になれって言ってるんだぞ。
それが
何って。
私はそれしかできないよ。レンの言うことはわからない。
マリー。
Then what was I supposed to say? Our pact was sealed during that battle with Spine, But now that I'd come to know her past, I felt reluctant to let things end this way. And by saying she'd do anything, did she mean?
俺がかすみを殺せって言ったら殺すのか?
かすみを?
ああ、どうなんだよ。
I had a faint hope that she'd give me a simple reaction. Kasumi liked Marie, and the feeling appeared to be mutual.
レンがそう言うなら、私は別に。
It's not what I wanted to hear. But in the end, that amounted to nothing more than the wishful thinking of a naive idiot. That fact dealt a real blow to me.
変なレン、どうしてそんな顔してるの? 今日、レンは楽しかったんだよね。私もレンと話せて楽しかったよ。これからもずっと一緒。カリオストロと話すのも楽しかったけど、レンと話すのも楽しい。ね。だから笑って。
Marie ran her fingers along my cheek. The cold sensation of her hand made me want to scream. Was she truly beyond saving? Was her smile today no more than the result of me being there? I recalled what Sakurai once had told me. It's been around 10 times as long as you and devoured hundreds, if not thousands of souls. It's not something that can be opposed by the morals of someone who's been around for less than 20 years. If my words alone could save her, she probably wouldn't have been this unusual to begin with. The curse ran deep. An aberration who sent Mercurius to his knees in awe. It was naive of me to think I could change anything, but still.
私はレンを助けるよ。カリオストロから聞いているし、これから何をするかも分かってる。だからそんな顔しないで。私、とても嬉しいの。レンの役に立てるなんて嬉しすぎて夢みたい。カリオストロの友達のそのまた友達を切るんだよね。心配しないで。私と一緒ならレンは絶対に負けないから。
The most wretched and most beautiful soul ever birthed by mankind. So I could basically surpass all those bastards with her help alone? Well, then what purpose was there in using Kasumi to gather the souls, then? There was still so much I did not know. On top of that, Marie hadn't changed at all. Not since that day at the gallows, where she'd claimed to forever remain there. She had stayed in place all this time, never taking a single step forward. That might have been ideal for me, in a sense. She would only repeat the sole action of decapitation over and over again. But I...
レンは私がいるんだよね。
If she was going to endlessly repeat something, I at least wish it to be something fun. And I want to open Marie's eyes to that. She never asked for any of this, and instead accepted the hand she'd been dealt with because she didn't know any better. If I could teach her one thing, it would be to treasure experiences like the one we'd had today.
私とレンは似てるってカリオストロが言ってたよ。でも私とカリオストロは似てないの。そしてレンとカリオストロはよく似てるの。面白いよね。こんがらがっちゃう。モンシェリ。私はあなたのものよ。だからいらないなんて言わないで。わからないことを言わないで。オーディエトアモー。あなたを憎み愛します。どうか私と。
Marie produced a gentle smile, as if urging me to raise the curtains of Grand Guignol. Unlike last night's vow, I was on the receiving end of this one.
カリオストロのオペラが見たい。私とレンが主賓で主演だって言ってたから。きっとそれは楽しいよ。
No. The opera Mercurius spoke of was a battle, a vicious battle royale between me and those bastards. but
レン
it was too late for me to back out. So sticking with her through it till the end was probably my only choice. I had no time for any more side trips. All I could do was hope that Marie would change, despite all the battles we'd fight.
わかった。でも、俺は諦めてないからな。
I would eventually liberate this girl from her curse. If not now, then one day.
マリーが同意してくれるんなら、今のところはそれでいい。焦ったこと言って悪かった。
どうして謝るの？
だからそれはいいって。骨が折れそうだけど、こうして話もできるんだし、気長に行くさ。
またわからないことを言い出してる。本当に変なレン。でもよかった。いらないって言われたらどうしようかと思ってたから。
It only just hit me that Marie was talking a bit less formally than she had been up until now. For now, it wasn't that big of a change, but if I could keep on causing ripple after ripple... With that thought in mind, I took Marie's hand in mine. I would no longer hesitate.
だからまあ、なんか月並みだけど、よろしくな。
はい、こちらこそ。
Right at that moment,
話は終わった？
Ellie.
ああ、ごめん。驚かせちゃった？エリーでいいっていうか、他の呼び方してほしくないんだけど。まあ、二度目まして、藤井蓮くん。私のこと覚えてる？
お前。
As I was wondering how long this girl had been here, she flashed us a cheeky grin. I could have sworn I'd seen her somewhere.
覚えててくれたんだね。ありがとう。おかげで滑った登場しなくて済んだみたい。でもあれだね。今日一日ずーっと気張ってた蓮くんがさっきは本当に抜けてたね。私に気づかないほど大事な話をしてたわけかな。蓮、誰？あの人。
I couldn't explain it very well. Just that she was someone I'd met once before, albeit briefly. But from the way she talked, I could conclude that she was the one who'd been tailing me all day.
お前誰だよ。なんで俺を。
知ってるのかって？うん。敵の敵は味方かもって論理でこっちは動いてるんだけど、なんか思ったよりまともなリアクションするんだね。どうしようかな。
The woman gave me a teasing look as she made a self-important pause. The look in her eyes remained both suggestive and provocative, like she was constantly amused. It bore a surprising resemblance to his.
シロがあんたに会いたがってる。顔貸してよ、殺人犯。
I couldn't decide if I should have been glad, exasperated, or annoyed. But it seemed like I wasn't able to completely cut ties with this idiot after all.